Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello everyone, thank you again for joining me for another exciting episode as always. I so appreciate you all. The likes, the comments, the subscribers, thanks for spreading the word. You guys are incredible, thank you so much. Now today on the menu, as always, I create something exciting. But today I'm taking it to the traditional route. Yes, I'm actually making some Nkatie Kwan, ajidachi, I'm taking it home. Let's start cooking. Now this recipe is inspired by my mom. She really has taught me well. Thank you, Mama. So today we actually have some ginger, onion, chili, garlic, aniseed as always. And I've also got my stock cube. I hardly ever use it, but on this occasion I have to use it. But you can use your chicken stock as well for this recipe. Now please bear in mind that you would find the transcript for this recipe on my blog ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com, which would have the measurements and the ingredients for this recipe. Now blend your spice mixture and everything together and marinate your chicken in there. You can marinate this overnight if you wish, but because I'm actually filming, I'm just doing this straight away. So I've got my chicken in there, and I'll tell you what, I've got a surprise thing in here as well. Yeah, rabbit. Yes, I know. Okay, so I'll tell you the story about the rabbit. Or should I not? Okay, so I went to my local butcher's, right? And it was there, and I was like, okay, I've tried it once at a girlfriend's house, and I really liked it. It's sort of, and I was like, okay, I'm going to incorporate it into the soup because it would give it that sort of earthiness as well. So yet again, I'm just trying something new. Now remember, this is a creative recipe as well. Now then again, in Ghana we also have bushmeat, which is a crantier that people actually enjoy as well. So just imagine you're actually adding your crantier to your wine. So yes, don't be skirmish. Look, if you don't want the rabbit, you can omit it. Just use your chicken or your preferred meat, goat meat, whatever. It doesn't matter. So here I do have my peanut paste, which is actually the most important ingredient for the peanut-based soup. And I'm actually going to be blending the peanut paste and the tomato and the onion together. And I'm going to cook it gently, and I will then be adding it to the soup later. So let's start making our soup. So now we're going to be steaming our preferred meat, or chicken in this case, chicken and rabbit combined. Anyway, I've always stated that when you're actually steaming your meat, it's best to steam the meat in its own juices, because you've added the spice, you've marinated it, and if you actually just cook it gently, it means that the spices are going to incorporate into the meat perfectly. If you add too much water to it, it just diffuses that, and you just have a bland meal really. So just steam your chicken for about 10 minutes because yet again we're going to be adding the peanut based sauce, and we're going to be cooking it further, so you don't want to overcook your meat as well, so bear that in mind. So at this stage, I'm actually going to be cooking my blended peanut paste. So I blended the peanut paste with some water, the tomato and the onion. So it means that it's already flavored as well. So everything that I'm actually adding, it's natural flavors, and I'm just enhancing it. And just, there's no waste in my house. No. So you rinse that blender with any residue, and I'm going to be cooking this gently for about 25 to 30 minutes. Yes, absolutely. There is a different recipe as well, whereby, you don't need to cook the peanuts separately. You can add everything together, which is putugum shigum. But this is actually how my mom taught me, and I've always loved it because I think there's a difference in the end result or end product. Like the flavors are just enhanced, and they're just natural, and it's intense, and that's what I love about this. So I'm just cooking this gently. As you can see, the meat is steaming, so I'm multitasking, and at this point the meat has actually steamed for about 10 minutes. So I'm adding my tomato paste to it. Now the reason why you actually add your tomato paste is to give the soup that beautiful orange color that our peanut butter soup or groundnut soup is actually accustomed to. You can omit it, but then it means that you're going to be presenting a pale looking soup. No, you can't omit it. No, it's not optional. You have to add it. So anyway, just ensure that you're also stirring your peanut based sauce because it does catch at the bottom and you don't want it burnt. So keep in mind to do that as well. Now I'm actually mixing the tomato paste and I'm going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. So yet again, the tomato paste infuses with the spices that I've incorporated into the chicken and rabbit already, as well as the rabbit and chicken also taking on to the spices that's been introduced into the sauce. Now, I've always talked about cooking on the very low heat. Now, this is imperative, and also I don't like waste. So I've just rinsed my blender with any residue, which actually had the peanut base there. I've just added a little bit. So that's just about 200 milliliters of water, added it to it. And yet again, it's just going to cook just gently whilst my peanut-based sauce is actually cooking down. Now, I'm going to be cooking this peanut-based sauce down till it actually reduces, I'd say it's half in its quantity, but you'd find that it would have the oil settling at the top. That's when you know that it's ready. It's best to actually cover the peanut paste at the stage when it's actually thickening up because it does spit everywhere, and then reduce the heat and let it cook gently. And as you can see, the oil is just settled at the top just beautifully and it looks beautiful. So remember that I've actually incorporated some tomato and onion in there, so it's flavored already. So now I'm going to be adding this to my steamed rabbit and chicken. Now mix everything together till it's well combined and you have this beautiful thick sauce. Just boil this gently for about a minute and then add your water. Or preferably, if you do have chicken stock, just add the chicken stock, which would be just fantastic. Mix everything together till it's well combined, and we're actually going to be boiling this for about 20 minutes. Now at this stage, if just check your chicken or your rabbit in this instance, and just to make sure that it's not overcooked, you can actually take the chicken pieces out if your chicken is just perfectly done, and then continue by adding your garden eggs or your preferred vegetables. You can add garden eggs, you can add some okra, but in this case I'm actually just using garden eggs because it's just nice to actually have the chicken and you bite into the garden eggs, which is just incredible. So you see all this flavor thing happening, and this soup is just bubbling perfectly. Now my mom always used to frown and she always goes like, look, when you're cooking, make sure your saucepan is clean and your surfaces are clean. So I think I'm sort of obsessed with that and I'm just wiping everything clean. I'm sure she will be really, really proud of me in this moment. I doubt it anyway. And so now this is just gonna simmer and I'm almost done. Now at this point, once it actually starts to bubble, you can see that the oil is also settling at the surface. You know that your soup is almost done. So I'm now going to be adding my chilies, and I've got some pakbushato, which is the petit bell. Just add a few, or maybe you can actually just use one large habanero chili, and that's fine. Depending on how spicy you want it, you can increase the amount of chili or you can reduce it. And I'm just going to let this bubble for about another 5 minutes. And at this stage, add your salt to taste and mix well till it's well combined. Our soup is almost ready now. Now, this soup is best actually accompanied with rice balls, or umutos as we call it, or some fufu. You can find the recipe of the fufu on a previous video, which is fresh fufu in a pot. And here we have the beautiful orange Nkatie Kwan. And here it is served with some fufu, and I actually used meat for this recipe. I hope you have enjoyed watching this episode, and if you do, please do not forget to click that subscribe button and show me some love. Find the transcript and the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com, as well as find more inspiring recipes on my blog fafagilbert.com. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter as Ndudu by Fafa. Do not forget to pass by and say hello. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Much love.